We are back in Tokyo for one last dance in this intoxicating city before heading to Kyoto. This time, no neon, no hype. Just watches ticking across the best stores in the city. Places no one else will show you. Quiet, hidden. We'll shop, we'll eat, we'll explore, we'll have a good time. So let's do it. Let's go watch hunting in Japan. Nakameguro is the kind of place that might not be on your itinerary. You'll find it when you're tired of the chaos of Shibuya. It's Tokyo's soft underbelly, where cherry blossoms flirt with the river and the scent of fresh donuts drifts in the air. We grabbed 2 donuts from the ever-popular I Am Donut, ? That's the name, and head to our first stop, Onibus Coffee, one of the many new-gen specialty coffee shops reshaping Tokyo cafe scene. Asia got a pistachio donut, while I ventured into uncharted waters with custard bacon. Let me try.
Thoughts?
So it's really good, but it's oddly similar to this Italian dish called gnocco fritto, which is basically fried bread with prosciutto inside and stuff. But it's not, that one is not sweet. This one is not really sweet either, so just funny. For me, it's like 2 things I would never connect that, in fact, when you think about it, are in fact the same thing. I would give 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I prefer Krispy Kreme donuts.
All right. Okay. I mean, she's not wrong, but just a few blocks from where we started lies our first workshop of the day, Motohashi. Owned and staffed by elderly Japanese gentlemen, this small local store has fair prices but no online presence. They got a bit of everything, both modern and vintage. This is the display window on the street. It holds some IWC, Rolex, and even Breitling. Inside, this watch instantly catches my attention. A Rolex Oyster Speed King from 1964, costing around $2,600. It had so much character. Next to it, an extremely clean 1968 Omega DeVille chronograph with a desirable gray dial, priced at $3,200, a really solid price. Opposite this, you will find some vintage dress Pateks. Nothing incredibly exciting, but worth checking it out if you're in the market for one. Motohashi also has some ladies' watches, so use this footage to convince your partner to come here. This is a Boucheron Ice Cube, and here are some dainty Rolex pieces. A deep red Cellini and a delicate tongue. So welcome. This is Nakameguro, which is kind of like this very nice and relaxing neighborhood with lots of coffee shops and shops. Sorry, car passing. We just finished a Motohashi. We didn't find anything. There were some interesting watches, but nothing that stood out. So now we're gonna go check out some stores.
We are going shopping in the Japans.
This is where the city exhales, the heart of Nakameguro. Let's walk the riverside, past couples holding hands and families enjoying their day off. The shops here don't shout, they invite. Visvim is John Mayer's favorite clothing brand, and although really expensive, they make incredible clothes. Further down, you'll find Kindle, one of the best vintage stores in Tokyo. And opposite to it, Covercord, a trendy shop with all the latest Japanese brands. This is 4Store, Flagstaff's flagship store in Tokyo, with all of its sub-brands. They even have this cool Star Wars t-shirt.
I might come back for this.
Asia ended up buying a cool knitted polo here. Nakameguro is filled with interesting stores, so spend a day walking around, wasting your day between shops and cafes. Just up the hill from Nakameguro lies a place that doesn't scream for attention. The Kyu Asakura house is a time capsule, a quiet rebellion against Tokyo's neon rush. It greets you like an old friend, with stories etched into cedar beams and moss-covered stones. Built in 1919 by Torajiro Sakura, this 2-story wooden residence is one of the last Taisho-era homes standing, with a garden so serene it feels like the city forgot it existed. Next, we arrive in Ebisu. If Tokyo were a symphony, Ebisu would be a jazz riff, unexpected but smooth. In its streets, you will find some of the coolest stores in Japan, like Capital, and the most exclusive watch shop in Tokyo, Timeanagram, the place where I bought this stunning malachite and lapis piaget. Unfortunately, they don't allow filming inside, and they require an appointment. so let me show you how to make one on their website. So, first thing before booking, we need to browse their collection to decide the watches we're interested in. They have an extensive selection of vintage pieces, ranging from Rolex, Cartier, Japanese brands, and more. Prices tend to be quite high, but their pieces are generally rare and in great condition. Let's explore the other brand section and see what we find. I quite like this 1950s Zenith bullseye, so let's click on it. On the top right, you will find the SKU number. Let's note this down, as we will need it for the booking. Now, let's click on Visit Us, and then on Shopping. Select the day and time that suits you best. Now insert your first name, last name, email, phone number, and lastly, SKU of the Zenith. Please note they will only show you the watches that you have indicated in this section. And you're all set. Show up with your passport on the date you booked, and you will be able to inspect and potentially buy your desired watches. But now, lunch. Somewhere special. Ganso Aburado. Ichiban, number 1. Come here, come here, come here. Keep recording. You see this? Parmesan cheese. The Italian meat trembles and quivers in pleasure. Let's go. We make our order of 2 complete sets, pay, and take a seat. Now, let me preface. Yes, in Tokyo, you should first have sushi, izakaya, ramen, or whatever traditional dish you've been dreaming of. But leave some room for discovery. This is Abura Soba, a soupless ramen dish to be customized to your liking. In my case, topped with pork and the star of the show, Parmesan cheese. Add some vinegar and soya sauce, garlic and onions, some chili perhaps. Mix it all up? Magic. An umami bomb without equals.
Okay, so I don't remember it being that good.
I do. That's why I insist every trip that we go at least once or twice.
The thing is that I probably didn't understand how much vinegar versus soy sauce versus the other stuff you were supposed to put in it the first time we went. So I probably didn't put enough. So I was like, this doesn't taste that good. But the thing with this place is that you can put as much of anything as you want. And I love vinegar because I'm Filipino, obviously. So I put a lot of vinegar and I really enjoyed it. That was real good.
Mm-hmm. The first time I went, I kind of felt the same. It was good, but every time I go back, that I understand more and more what I like and everything, just like keeps perpetually getting better. Mm-hmm. And it's just like an umami bomb. You got the pork, you got the soya sauce, you got the parmesan, you got the bamboo shoots, then you put onion, garlic, soya sauce. It's just insane. If you ask me what the best neighborhood in Tokyo was, this would be my answer. Omotesando. Quiet and idyllic, there is nothing better than getting lost here. WatchshopL is one of the best places in Tokyo for vintage Japanese watches. It really shines for its collection of odd models like the Giugiaro, Ripley, and for its Casios. Unfortunately, it doesn't allow filming, but make sure to check it out. Dazzling is an outstanding vintage dealer right in the heart of Omotesando. They focus on pre-70s watches from Swiss brands mostly, with pretty good prices. Here are some of their more underrated offerings with Yima, Omega, and Zenith, and more. They also have interesting Rolex pieces, like these 2 vintage subs. These are really expensive, obviously, and for serious Rolex collectors, but always nice to admire them in person. This is something more up my alley. I have a soft spot for Longines, and this 1947 18K stop second with Breguet numerals is outstanding, priced at $3,550. This English case stem-only piece with flexible lugs, also from 1947, was also a good deal at $1,300. And finally, here is a beautiful 1950s Universal Genève Tri-Compax for $18,000. Now, this is not cheap, but the Tri-Compax is the most complex UG, a chrono with 3 subdials and a moon phase complication. I would love to own one day, but today is not the day. Next door to Dazzling, you will find HMS Watchstore. Surprisingly for this series, not a vintage store. It sells independent watch brands from all over the world, including Japan. Mirko is a young Japanese brand that makes playful 70s-inspired watches, like the Type 3 divers you see here, priced at $1,350. Their designs are really thought out and peculiar, with interesting shapes and colors. Mirko's owner is the Fukushima Watch Company, which focuses on dressier but still colorful watches, like the $400 Odaka and the sportier but still peculiar $550 Futaba. both with applied Breguet numerals. Now, a French brand. Baltic has become very popular for offering watches with a vintage charm that don't break the bank. Their most popular model is the MR Classic, featuring an off-center second subdial, Breguet numerals, and a micro rotor for only $670. The HMS 03 and their chronographs are also great. At MHS Watchstore, you will also find historic brands that are getting relaunched, like Nevada. Taking inspiration from their old catalog, Nevada is bringing back their stunning chronodivers. If you like integrated bracelets, the F77 is an incredible option. And I love this aventuring dial one for $1,700. Next to Omotesando, you have Aoyama, one of Tokyo's poshest neighborhoods. I have saved the best for last. I'm taking you to the most hidden and peculiar watch shop in Tokyo, Curio's Curio. This is how you get to it. Walk to this anonymous residential alley and find Curio's Curio on the sign. Climb into the little garden and then turn left into the glass building. Go up 3 floors to the last floor, and congratulations, you have made it to Curio's Curio. This elusive store is quite small, but don't be fooled. It is one of the best in the world for military watches. It is an incredible selection of Hamilton, Omega, Lemania, IWC, and more. These are some really cool pilot watches from Zenith and Breitling, and more up here from Enicar, Longines, and Wittnauer. Look at those red bezels, stunning. Here are some simple Movados, which you know I love, and more interesting Longines. They do have some 70s Rolex and Tudor pieces if that's your thing, but Curio's Curio has another amazing surprise for us. Descend 1 floor and you will find the showroom of their watch strap brand, Accurate Form. Now listen to me. These are some of the best watch straps in the world, and they're really affordable, ranging from $60 up to $150 for exotic leathers. They have leathers from the best tanneries around the world, starting from Japan, but also from Europe and the US, including Shell Cordovan from Orwin Tannery in Chicago. The best of the best. Please note that their exotic leather straps are made to order and require 2 months to make. So if you really want one, get in touch with them and pre-order it. However, I think their normal straps are already amazing, and I usually just buy these. Accurate Form is also where I bought the watch box I always get asked about. Honestly, I love it. It costs $300, and it is the perfect storage solution for both traveling and storing my watches. In Aoyama, you will also find the Kurono Tokyo showroom. I didn't visit on this occasion because their watches are sold out anyway, but you will still be able to see them all and try them in case you wanted to buy one online. So, maybe I'll put this at the end of the video, just to give like a summary of, I think, what the state of the Tokyo watch market is in mid-2025. I think, over the last 2 years, people like me and many customers have sort of taken advantage of the weekend, so the market is a bit more spent and thin than it used to be, and also prices have been driven up. Particularly now because we are here in May, and it's right after Sakura season when lots of tourists descend upon Tokyo and there's a lot of watch shopping. So, not as good as it used to be. If you really hunt, you still find some good finds. Just something to keep in mind. I really don't know how it's going to be going forward. Maybe through the summer, the shops will restock, and with a lower number of tourists and more instability in the market, prices will go down again. But it's really hard to say right now. It's still fun. Still, I think there's not really many places like this in the world where you can just go and enter all these vintage stores and explore and have fun. So, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll be back at some point for more adventures in Tokyo. I could never get tired of Tokyo. The city changes faster than I can experience it. It always leaves me wanting more food, more adventures, more time. But for now, we have to say goodbye. In our next adventure, we will travel to Kyoto, where we'll explore all the best temples in the 1,000-year capital of Japan and the local watch brand that has everyone talking.